Hello! Hi guys! My computer's a little delayed. Oh. How y'all doing? Are we live? Yeah, we are! Hello. Chicken Lady, Eric Autumn. Who we got? AMC Garawa at the bottom. Guys! I missed you Tuesday! Good to see you! Frick! Hello, hi. Yeah, missed you too. It was a weird Tuesday, you guys. It was weird for me. I know, the internet fiasco. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, last Tuesday, a couple days ago, we were supposed to do this cactus painting then, and my internet just crapped out on me. It actually ended up being my building. The internet was out on the entire building. They had to send some Shaw people over. Tuesdays, yeah, the internet was rough for other people too. So yeah, guys, I had a night off of streaming on Tuesday, and it was weird. It's weird for me. It's good to be back. How y'all doing? Hi, Miss Five Pair. Hi. Who we got in there? It's Grunge Mania. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn on my time lapse quick. Nice, guys. That makes me happy to hear. Do you remember your swerves? Oh, well, hello. Good to see you back. Swerves? Alright, I've been getting messages. There's some people who are doing some date nights from afar. Some FaceTime date nights. Anyone else FaceTiming with... Let me see. Can I move this a little bit? You guys have any FaceTime parties? Are you painting with anybody at home? Is this your first time? Have you done one on YouTube? Let me know. I wanted to do some drawing with y'all because I don't want to paint. Hey, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I always start with the outline, so that as a drawer, that works perfect. You can use a pencil for that part. Which I always, I guess I might as well go through my little spiel of the day, how this works for some of you guys if you're new. It seems like there's a lot of regulars as usual, but there's always a couple of newbies sneaking in there. This is at the bottom of the painting we will be painting today. Cactus right over here, these cutie little cactuses. This is a paint night I've done before, and we added the pots in at the end last time, so this time we'll be more conscious. We'll put them in first. They can be a little bit longer. In the picture, they're a little stumpy. Nothing wrong with that, but just so you guys know, you can put decorations on the pot. Like, it's gonna be fun. They're super cute. And last time I did it, sorry, I gave you the option. You can do two cactuses together on one canvas if you want. You can wait and you can just do, if you want to just do the tall one, you can do that. And while I'm teaching the other cactus, you can just keep working on the one you want. It was about, I think most people did both last time we did it, but there are some people who only like the left cactus, so they just did that in the middle of their canvas. That's cool too. For backgrounds, I always do them last. It doesn't have to be blue. You don't even have to have a background if you don't want to. No worries there. Hello, Shoto. What else? Just as I was saying before, you can start with a pencil if you want. You don't have to start with a pen, with a brush and paint like I do. Some people are just more comfortable with a pencil, and that's totally fine. If you are working on a canvas and you are going to be painting over top of it, just don't press too hard with your pencil. It gets a little, the graphite dust will mix with your paint, and they'll get a little gray and muddy, and nobody likes that. Never be afraid to ask questions. Please do ask questions. It might help somebody watching the YouTube video later or watching at home. Some people aren't caffeine members, so they can't ask themselves. So the more questions, the better. I just paint it how I would paint it, and I don't know what's hard for you guys or what's easy for you. You just let me know, okay? It's easy. Don't be stressed if it doesn't look like mine. They all look different. That's like the beauty of paint night. Okay, guys? That's the beauty. Everyone's is just so unique in their own little way, okay? So you can use any colors. You don't have to follow along with the colors I use. It does help to have a rag or a towel or a t-shirt or paper towel or something to dry off your brushes, clean them, and sometimes to wipe stuff off your canvas. What else do we got? Trust the process, okay? This one's pretty straightforward. It's gonna look like a cactus from the beginning. It's trusting the process isn't as big of a deal this time because you guys are gonna see little cactuses real quickly. But other than that, if you are not painting in acrylic, if you are pencil crayonning, if you are watercoloring, please keep in mind that I paint opposite of what you will paint. So I like to paint dark to light, and we put lighter colors on top of dark paint. But if you are a watercolorer, you can't really put light on top. You paint opposite. You put layers where the dark is, and you don't paint where the white is, if that makes sense. So a way that you can figure that out before you start, if I don't give you good enough instruction, at the painting at the bottom here, if you squint and look at it, you can see it helps you differentiate the darks and lights better. So you can kind of prep for that. But acrylicers, don't worry. We literally just put a little bit of white in there and it'll pop out on top of the paint underneath. Beautiful. It's easy. I usually wait about like 10 minutes. We got a couple more minutes. I saw someone super excited. I'm glad you guys are excited. And Shoto moved their art studio out of your room. That's exciting. Good for you. That's always a nice feeling. Okay, so in prepping, like I said, we won't start right away. But we are going to be starting with a little bit of green. If you don't have green, yellow and blue, maybe with a little white in there. I'm back, Dresden. Hello. With your gracious hello off the bat. I know, you guys, Tuesday was devastating to me. Chicken Lady got new paint brushes. Heck yes. That is always the best feeling. Hello. Thanks for the props, anything. It took so long. Hey, that's okay, though. I can't even imagine how long it's going to take for me to move my studio once we leave this place. Oh, thank you. Is that an IL? Thanks for the popcorn. All of y'all just starting her off strong with some props. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, so there is two different greens that we are using, well, that I used in this piece. If you don't have that, don't stress. You can make different greens by putting different amounts of yellow and blue together to make your mixtures. If you want to make it a little bit darker, you'd add a little bit more blue than yellow. You should experiment a little bit. It's kind of fun. There's obviously a lot to color theory that we just won't get into. It took a couple of semesters in ACAD for me to get color theory down, and I don't even got it down. Okay, almost missed the party, Amanda. Yeah, we have 1 minute till start time, so it's gonna be a pretty quick one today, guys. I don't think it'll take the full 2 hours. Like I said, this one's pretty straightforward. For those of you who don't know as well, add me up on Instagram and you can DM me or tag me in your stories. I will always share your stories if you tag me in it. And that is how you'll see it partway through. I share what a lot of people at home's paintings are looking like, and that's how they send me the pictures. Because I know a lot of people, I've been getting a lot of messages being like, how do I send you a photo? Direct messages on Instagram is the way to do it. Okay, so, are we ready, guys? Take a breath. I know it's been since Thursday that you've been painting. No, I hope you've been painting more. I hope you go onto my YouTube and watch videos with me. Watch my videos and paint along with me when I'm not live. So excited for Cactus time. Hey, Flamingo. Oh, bueno. Hello. Yes, nice. Love to see all your familiar faces. Good to see ya. Okay, people with pencils, take out your pencils. People with paint, watch me paint Wednesdays. I know, I've been skipping the Wednesdays a little bit. I think I'm gonna do every other Wednesday. I'm glad you guys enjoyed Watch Me Paint Wednesday, though. It was fun for me, too. It's about to get prickly in here. Oh my gosh, Nerdy Bale shows up at the end. Not at the end. Right at the start, at the perfect time. Okay, painters. Pencil people, chill for 1 sec. Painters, if you are using acrylic. Thanks for the wave already. You guys spoiling me before we've even begun. You are going to put your paintbrush. It's going to be a little paintbrush. It can be smaller than this if you want. We're literally just mapping stuff out, so it's super casual. You are going to put your paintbrush in your water and kind of scoop, shovel, maybe shovel's a better word, some water onto your palette, whatever you're using. I always use these like plastic sheets from some of my other supplies. And you're gonna mix it so that the pigment and the water become like a chocolate milky consistency. You'll hear me say that every single paint night you do with me, okay? And the reason is because we don't want it to show up. We don't want it to be super dark. We don't want it to show up when we paint over top of it. Because this is just mapping stuff out, okay? Hello, Jay. Okay, so what I always say every time is to acknowledge your whole canvas. Take a look at it before we start drawing on it and kind of try to visually map out where you want to place things, because it's very common for people to get caught painting very, very small and not utilizing the whole space, okay? So if you're painting both cactuses, cacti, I don't know, like maybe Nerdy Bales, how do I say, is it cactus or cacti? Cactuses? Why do I feel like you know? I don't know. Okay, so we're going to start by painting those cutie little pots. And you're just going to pick, where do I want the first one to go? I'm just going to make a line. This is the top of the pot, okay? Just a nice little line. I'm making mine taller than in the picture. Cactus? 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 Charcus? Look, guys, a line. Isn't that easy? Cutie count started. Cacti. Chicken Lady's coming in with the cacti. I feel like cacti makes sense, but... Am I Canadian? Did I pronounce that so Canadian of me? I know. I have been told many times I'm the most Canadian person anyone ever has known. Cacti! Hey. There you go. Okay, guys. Sorry, I'm just distracted. We are painting just a rectangle. Boop. And the way you did that, you just go down, down, across. Easy peasy. And when you bring these lines down, you kind of go inwards a little bit. They're not straight down. Oops, that one's like super, don't listen to that line. Just ignore that line I did. You're gonna go just a little bit angled in. You kind of want to try to stay conscious that you're like the same amount in on both sides, but if you're not, who cares? It's fine. This is just a rough outline, right? So when we paint over top of it, we are going to clean up those lines. And it's going to be dark paint, so it's fine. So I'm late to the party, but discovered Letterkenny. You know what's very funny about that is that none of my, well, I'm sure Canadians watch it, but none of my Canadian friends have ever suggested Letterkenny to me. It's only my American friends that always reference it. So that's hilarious. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to make this one bigger. Oops. It's a little wobbly. That's okay. If you care, you can use a ruler if you want. I was just talking today about how I'm very against rulers. I don't like measuring. I don't like being precise. But a lot of people do, so want to get a ruler? Go for it. And then that same thing. Bring those two lines down. And just match those babies up. I made this one a little stumpy. That's okay. Neat. Neat. So look, when you look close, we'll let that focus, if it ever does. See how light that is? And it's like pretty messy. I'm not treating it too precious. It ain't a big deal. It's just, there we go. So, people, like I said, if you're still using pencil, that's cool. Pencil still works for this stage. We're not going to worry about mapping out the little rocks at the bottom. We can just, that's more fun to do with the brush later. Okay. Not even a tree pop, so we go for ice cream prop. Hey, I'll take it. Close. It looks basically what we're doing here, so that works. Isn't there a cactus or something like a totem with a cactus on it? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, and we're gonna paint our first little cactus. Okay. I'm just gonna go all the way up. And if you want, for some people, it might feel better to go all the way up and just continue the continue the swipe all the way down. Or some people might want to go line, line, and then attach the tops together. Keep in mind, we're gonna put a flower up there, leave some space. Oh, it's gone. That makes me sad. Everyone loves a good cactus. I actually have... Oh, is my sleeve gonna go over my arm? Let's see. I actually have a cutie little cat. We're literally painting my tattoo, actually, which is really funny. I didn't even acknowledge that today, but... that's from Steph. I'll tag her at the bottom. She's a hand, like a stick and poke, a hand poke tattoo artist. She works out of a studio here in Calgary. She does good work. She did my ear. She did my little hands. Okay, sorry, I'm just tangenting for you guys today. Steph and Poke. I love that. Okay, so I painted mine really close to the side, as I did in the picture before. I am just going to paint this trunk right off the side, because why not? And that's just by doing basically a U and another line. If you left enough space, you can put it not going over the edge. I like it over the edge. Whoop. You can make a little pokey for where we put the flower, but some people might not want to paint a flower either, so we can do that later if you want to. And then you pick where you want to put the other arm. And again, you just go out, come up. If you want to continue around in one stroke, go for it. If you want to do it in a couple strokes, that works too. I'm painting this from the side, so my shapes are a little wonky, but it's gonna be fine. Oh, hello! I know who that is. How you doing, girl? I think I saw your mom. I think I just saw your mom say that you guys were FaceTiming. Made it on with my mom. There we go. Yes, Jenna. Perfect. I love it. Hello, everyone. Hey, fam. Okay, so how's that? Do we have a little cactus so far? That was pretty easy, right? No stress. I didn't even give you guys like an outline example this time because, oh, I feel like Flume is probably copyrighted. Because it's so straightforward. I was like, you guys don't need a map out. You'll be fine. Okay, I take your silence as that's cool. Continue on. That's dresses Alyssa out without the outline. Mine's a little wonky. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, I made a mistake. I'll never do that again. I'll never put you guys through. No outline. Yours is wonky? That's fine. Especially if you're doing pencil. So the way that I draw is I like go over the same shape a bunch of times with my pencil until I see the shape I want, and then with an eraser you can literally erase until you have the perfect line. Does that make sense? We kind of do that with paint too, a little bit differently, but that works, right? Okay, so for this next little cutie cactus, it's pretty much give her, like, you just do whatever you like. We're gonna start with like an egg right there. Whoop. That's easy, right? See, like, I always paint my things so big, like, larger than life. Like, here I was telling you, like, look at your canvas before you start drawing so you don't paint it too big. And here I did. I painted it too big. I'm all about going off the border though, that's cool. So we're literally gonna keep drawing like little ovally circles. However you want. You don't even have to follow the same as me. But that's what these cool cactuses are. They're basically just oval after oval. We're still using that really watered down paint, guys. See, it's drying super light. Because once we go over it with thick paint, we want it to, we want it to cover that up. Let's paint another one. But yeah, Stacy, going back to Steph with my ear and stuff. I don't think I could get my ear tattooed with a actual gun. It would be pretty loud and a little bit more intimidating than the hand poking. I could hardly feel it. I didn't even have feeling in half of the places that she did it. But I think with the sound of the gun right there, it would be like, ugh. Do I play video games? Oh, do I ever get asked that a lot on Caffeine? Not games worth streaming. I'm like a switcher, or like we play like NHL, like my boyfriend and I against each other, or like FIFA sometimes. But no, I wouldn't call myself a gamer. You love all my tats? Oh, thank you. Thank you. How are these cactuses going? Maybe let's just toss another little one down here for fun. Why not? Yeah, but like mine's wonky too, guys. People are all saying still a little wonky, but you're trying. Wonky's cool. If you ask me. Favorite thing to do? Do you mean favorite game to play or favorite just thing that what's my favorite thing to do day to day? Is that what you're asking? My favorite thing in general. That's a tough question. I do love painting. I feel like that's a cheating answer of me to say because that's all I do, but my favorite thing to do is probably painting. I love skating too. Look at this, everyone coming in here. Nature is wonky. Boom. Thanks, AMC. All right. If you painted it perfect, it wouldn't even look like a cactus because cactuses aren't perfect. Okay, how's those shapes, you guys? Yeah, look, Grunge Mania. Cactuses are naturally wonky plants. There we go. Nothing's perfect. Look at the support team we have here. I'll even show you guys my favorite cactus ever that I own. Look, it's really tall. My aunt from Vancouver gave me... It probably won't even fit in the frame, you guys. Oh, it won't! Look at this little baby. My aunt gave me a little piece that started at these two pieces. And look at how tall it is. Oh, it's still going. That's my baby. What a beaut, right? Cactuses are the best. Should I put it in the background? Here, let's see. It is Cactus, Nate. Let's, Don't hurt this one. How's that? Can you guys even see it? You can't even see it! Cactus killer, you guys. How, I can't kill a cactus. Ow. You guys can't even see it where I put it. Do I see a dog butt on the wall? Yeah, you do. Oh, that's the best we've got. You do see a butt on the wall. Wow, I didn't know you could grow it from a little stub. Yeah, she literally broke it off of her cactus, you guys, and then just gave it to me, and I had to let it dry for a couple of days, and then I put it in, and this is like 3 years of growth. But yeah, that is a little dog butt. Okay, how do we feel about our drawn out cactuses? Are we all right with that? I gave you some extra time. I also feel like this should be green instead of red. There we go. We're ready. Okay, so pencilers, drawers, if you're coloring, you can follow along with these instructions, but if you're just penciling, it's going to be a little bit different for a bit. You don't really have to do what we're about to do. Okay, so let's grab a big brush, everybody. It can be a square if you want it to be. I'm partial to square brushes. I love square brushes. It can be like one of these guys. Ooh, look how crappy this brush is, but I still love it. Whatever you got, whatever you prefer. I would just say bigger than what we were using to do these little outlines, okay? And now you're going to take the green. If you want it to be the green we're doing the outline with, cool. If you want it to be a different green, cool. I feel like I made this mistake last time that this green was too light. Just going to add a touch of darker in here. Just because this isn't something a step that you guys have to do. It's just because my screen, like what you guys see, doesn't show up. Let me say it again. What I see isn't the same as what you guys see when it comes to the camera. And sometimes when I paint in one color, you guys can't see the difference. So I'm just going to darken up my green a touch. But we're just going to start painting this cactus if you're acrylic. Because, like I said, I love painting dark to light, right? So we're literally just going to fill in this baby solid green. You're not going to make it that chocolate milky consistency that we were doing before. You want it to be more paint than water because we want it to go on thick. And you can use this time to fix any weird lines that you have, okay? Any weird lines that you've made. Mayonnaise. Oh, hey, Lily. Sorry. Shit, I saw you say hi and I forgot to... my brain's going a million miles a minute. Okay. So, I would also suggest to be conscious of your brush strokes. So, when you paint top to bottom, it kind of starts helping imply what you see on a cactus anyway, if that makes sense. It kind of saves you an extra step because the brush strokes kind of show shape for you. Again, just a suggestion. Don't feel like you guys... Why is this green so crappy? I forgot that this happened last time. See, look how, like, spotty it looks? I'm trying to paint it solid, but this green's just not liking me. And, like, for example, maybe you didn't like the top of your cactus. Maybe you didn't like the shape that you drew it in. So you can always change that shape if you'd like. Make it a little more pointy or a little more wide, whatever you want. Okay. This should be just a super chill easy part. Just filling it in green. If you are a watercolor or a pencil crayoner, just be mindful that you are going to be putting lighter stripes in here. And if you don't have acrylic white paint or something to paint over top, you need to not paint in those spots, okay? Same thing, maybe you want to bow this little arm out, you can go over your line. The outline is just there to help you lay out your shapes, but you can completely ignore them if you want to. Like I just bubbled that out a little bit. Hello, John Wick! Good to see you. It's Thursday. I can't say it's Thursday and Tuesday, Thursday, obviously I'm on because last Tuesday my internet failed and I couldn't go live. Some people were asking if I could have just hotspotted my phone, but oh, you guys, live streaming eats up all my data. I couldn't survive. How are you doing, John Wick? Yeah, that would have been a very, very pricey phone bill, Lily. Oops. Also, too, back to me saying, don't stress and don't treat your painting too precious. For example, look, I just kind of went out the lines a little bit, and literally with my finger, I just went whoop. Or you can dip your little rag in water and lightly rub away where you've went that you don't want. Or we can wait till everything's dry, and if you have a good white, you can literally white shapes out with your white out. With your white paint. Try not to die. Just got home from the gym. Crazy! Gyms aren't open where we are from. Lucky. Just kidding. I'm not a gym goer anyway. I can't. But the gym in our building is closed, and that's sad. Okay, how's that? Good old cacti. And notice that I painted up top to bottom or bottom to top the whole time. I didn't go sideways. It's okay if you did, but you can kind of see then that you're kind of already implying some of the lines that we're going to paint in there. You're in GA. Oh, did they just open? Or have they always been open? It's interesting how the whole world's taken her a little differently. Been open for a month. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, you can even paint this little nubbin if you want. Beep, beep. Again, if you don't want to paint a flower, don't worry about it. You don't have to. We are going to paint the pots last, because then again, it's another nice way to clean up. If you went over the edge or anything, that black will just cover right up. My eyes are so itchy. This mascara kills me. So when it comes to the other one, I used a different green, just to differentiate a little bit. By no means do you have to have another green. You can do it the same green. You can add a little bit. If you mixed your green, add a little bit more blue if you want. You can add a touch of other colors to play with them a bit. You can... What else can we... What's another good color to mix in with your green? I don't know this second. Let me know, you guys, if you need help with that. Hello, Madge. Always great to see your username down there. How do you make it a more forest green? Okay, and what colors do we have on ya? So this is like, I know, like, real... People who actually do color theory will probably kill me with some things that I teach you guys. Just because I'm a bare bones class. We're just trying to make something cutie happen with what you got at home. You can always add like a tiny touch of black into something. But when I say tiny, I mean like the tiniest touch of black. What you gonna say? If you add the tiniest touch into it and you slowly add more if you need it, just because black is a very powerful pigment and it will take over the world if you let it. But maybe play with that a little bit. It's tough to know with what you have at home. Yeah, I know it's risky going to the gym, but you're a gym head. Hey, I'm a firm believer of let people do what they want. If someone's too scared to go to the gym, then they stay home and they don't go to the gym. That's fine. If the gym's something you want to do, go for it. Be safe, and that's all that everyone's got to do. Okay, so I'm just doing the same thing. I just got so off track there, guys. My brain just went everywhere. We're just going to color in this cutie, too. Like I said, I just used a little bit darker. Oh, would you look who it is? Hey, Mustard Tiger. Just works out by lifting food to her mouth. I love that. That's what's up. Exactly. And again, remember, you guys, you can reshape your shapes at this point. If you don't like how you did it. I am going to show you guys. Okay, that's a good example. So if you look at that brush stroke that I just did, where am I doing? Right here. It looks like sandpapery, kind of, right? So that is fully just because I don't have lots of water on my brush. That's called dry brush technique. Not a bad thing, but it has its time and place. So if you see that happening, that just means you need to add a little bit more water on your brush. You can just paint right over top of it. You know what? So Kenzie just asked John Wick how his dog was, and I literally just thought you guys knew each other. I didn't even clue in. Guys, I haven't seen John Wick, sorry, but I know what it's about. I didn't even clue in that that's what you were saying. Whoever was asking about their forest green, how is that going? Stop confusing the art green. It's very easy, okay? I can't remember what, I was like, somebody was quoting a movie that I just told them I watched the other day, and I like thought they were just like talking. I didn't even realize that it was quoting a movie. The movie that we were just talking about. When I read it, it just goes over my head, like, goes over my head. I'm fragile like a flower. Lily is right, you guys. We graduated from ACAD 5 years ago today. It's pretty crazy to think about. We graduated with Bachelor's of Design, majoring in illustration, just in case anybody cares. Or was your major character design, or was it illustration? I don't remember. It is happy graduversity. Graduversity. That works, right? Graduversity. It's crazy. Guys, that means that I've been a full-time freelance artist for 5 years. Lily's character design. Okay, mine was illustration. With a little bit of character design in there. Was I at ACAD for the chicken incident? 195%. Yes. I walked in when the chicken was already beheaded and he was taking the feathers out of it. If anybody's curious what we're talking about, it's a crazy... Just Google the chicken incident at ACAD. I don't know if I can get into it. It gave ACAD a really bad name, I won't lie, but it was a pretty... people are still talking about it. It challenged what is art. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I guess long story short, you guys, in the middle of this is like a sensory warning if anybody, because a lot of people were affected by this, to be honest, but in the middle of lunch, a guy just walked into the middle of the cafeteria and just like put a box down, and then he just sat there quietly, and then all of a sudden he took a chicken out of the box, like a live chicken, and then he proceeded to kill the chicken in a way that he said he learned at a farm. And his art thing, like the art project, was like, what is art? 1, facts or fiction. 2, and because he was like, there's gonna be so many people in the cafeteria eating chicken, but they're desensitized to how the chicken got to them. Right? Did I explain that well? Yeah, a lot of people had to go to therapy. Yeah, it was, and that's fair because nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. There was people like cheering him on. There was people crying. Cops were called. He didn't put any like plastic down or anything. He just like did it so unsanitary, like in the middle of nowhere. We're at ACAD, so obviously there's lots of vegans, there's lots of vegetarians. Like it was guys, it's 5 years, 6, 7 years later, and we're still talking about it. So crazy. I forgot. ACAD, we have a graffiti stairwell where anyone can go and paint in anywhere, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, anything. And Somebody went in and painted dead chickens with like a bone on their, like a little cartoon chicken with X's on his eyes saying no more ACAD funding. Isn't that crazy? I actually saw, yeah, that's just, guys, we don't have to talk about, I'm sure a lot of people don't like this conversation, so we don't have to talk about it. It was crazy. The teacher got fired because he knew about it and let him do it. And then there was like so much backlash that he got fired that he got rehired. Guys, it was crazy. And then 2 weeks later, the same guy who did it went into the middle of the, like walked into the middle of the cafeteria with a box, and he just sat in a chair and everybody freaked out. Like everyone texted everyone. Everyone came to the cafeteria to see him do something, and he just sat there for the whole lunchtime, let the crowd grow, and then he just left. Guys, he's genius. It's crazy. Okay, his name was Ted Bundy. Guys, it's crazy. So that's art school. That's my college degree. It was performance art, 100%. And like I said, people are still challenging if it was art or not the whole time. It's what is art, you guys? Yeah, it was, I remember that day. It was a crazy day. Okay, back to our cutie cactuses, okay? We'll just glaze over that. My apologies for whoever didn't want to be part of that conversation. We are gonna take this first color. The first, if you're using the same green on both, whatever, no big deal. We are just gonna add a little touch of white into this green that we have here. And you pencilers, you're gonna start doing these lines into here. Blaze, that chicken has some good wings. So that was the problem, was like his whole point was he wanted to do it like how it was properly done, cook the chicken and eat the chicken. Like he wanted to be like a full process, like the chicken wouldn't be wasted. But then the cops were called and stopped him, so then the chicken was wasted. So then that was a whole other part too. It was like, anyway. Back to the cactus. You can still use the same big brush that you were using to do everything else with. And we're just going to take this green. See, it's just like a touch. We can even probably make it a little darker. We want it to be pretty thick paint. You don't want it watered down like at the start. And you are going to start at the top, and you're just going to follow the shape of your cactus down with a swipe. But see, like we want the dark to poke through. But see, that's just one little swipe down, a little bit lighter. Always acknowledge that the paint on your palette is going to dry darker than it looks when it's wet. So just keep that in mind. Chicken Lady has a master's degree in chickens. Hey, I believe it. I believe you. So anyway, I do apologize if that's an uncomfortable story for anyone, but it truly happened. It really happened. And it took Calgary by storm for a while. Okay, now we're going to do what we do on some other ones. We are going to play Keep Away from our first line. About whatever, a little half inch, maybe a little bit less than a half inch away. But you're going to follow the same line.
That just as you don't know.
What is this?
How you manage to be conscious. How you manage to grow and shape.
How does that?
Of yours. That doesn't mean to say that you're not doing
What are we listening to? We're just gonna.
equally.
Okay. Keep playing Keep Away, guys. We just want to imply those nice lines. That was creepy, I know. Weird. Is my studio haunted? Hey, you never know. I'm just on a playlist that says that it is like YouTube safe. Like they're not gonna be, these songs won't be flagged for copyright. That's always important. Or else, guys, we'd be rocking the best jams, trust me. My stream used to have so much music. So much great music. But once I started recording them to put on YouTube, I had to stop doing that, so. Okay. No, it's not. She's surrounded by angels and blessings. Thank you. Thank you, John Wayne. You remember the music. I know, the music was one of the best parts. It kills me that I can't have that now. And it's okay if you mess up a little bit. Like, you can always go in with that green that we had before and fix up that line. But the way of doing this, the dark to light, it just gives you a little bit more texture, a little bit more depth to it. Yeah. Same on these little arms. You're gonna go right on down. Keep playing keep away, though. See, it's so crazy what it looks like to me to what it looks like to you guys. It's very, like, pasteled on here. A marker broke and splattered all over your paper. No, that's cool. Work with it. That's like really Ralph Steadman art. He always splattered ink all over his paintings. Just work with it. It's not ruined. It does look cool. See? Go for it. How's that? I realize I made this one a little chunky today, but that's okay. How's that, everybody? Should we hang out for a little bit, or do you want to start whiting out this little guy? Makes you want watermelon. That's one of my favorite snacks. Wait a sec, that's cool. Here's just some shameless self-promotion. I do have these little cutie holographic Yodas and these Kobe stickers available, guys. I just can't have them on my Etsy. I can't speak as to why. Just kidding, I can. I just got cease and desist on Etsy. But send me a line if you want some. DM me and I can send you some. They're $5 each. I can give you a deal if you want a couple, and they're $1 to mail because I just send them in the mail. Is your fave watermelon or your fave Baby Yoda? What you talking about, Kenzie? Okay. Both, really. I'll take that. So when we go to this guy, it's literally the same thing. He's just not lined. So we're just going to be adding some white into that original color, whatever green you were using on this one. Add a little touch of white of it. And we're going to start bubbling out these shapes a little bit. One thing that I didn't really talk about, which I probably should have, but I will bring up now, is lighting. So it's when you are dealing with light, as you probably should in every painting, it's best to decide where you want the sun to come from so that it is uniform throughout the whole piece, where the light is and where the shadows are. So someone pointed out once that I always put the sun in the same place, and I don't know if that's just from me as a kid when you used to just draw the sun in the top corner, but I always pick the sun top left. So that just means we want the lightest areas to be on the left-hand side of all the shapes. So when we go in with our lightest light layers, we are going to just be putting light on the closer to the sun side. And when we are lightening up these round shapes, we're going to be putting the lighter green on the left side of the shapes because we're implying that that's where the sun is. Is that understandable? Oh, I'm getting some of your messages now. Yours looks like a watermelon. No! O'Shea, I don't think you need to do it lighter. We're going to add more light on it. No worries. We're still adding more white to this one. This was just a subtle line, so don't worry, guys. We still have a little ways to go. I love that you did yours yellow background. Don't worry, guys. I'll show people. I'll be showing everybody soon. Don't worry. Okay. Classic left-hand syndrome made the sun in the top right. That's fine. I love how it's always so opposite. We had some lefties in our arts class or like in art school, and it just blew my mind how when you write, right, this is my left hand, how when you write, your hand just smudges where you're writing. That blows my mind. So many lefties. Yeah, it was crazy. There were a lot of lefties. Okay, so how do we feel about going to lighten up this guy? You don't want it to be too light, too washed out. So it's always best, I know I just broke that. If it's best to add white slowly to your green versus add green to white. You remember electrons smudged all my answers. Oh my god, I can't even imagine. The OCD in me would just not be able to handle that. I would like train myself to be right-handed. Okay, so like you're saying, remembering where that sun is. Jenna, if your sun's on that side, that's cool. You would just paint the other side. But you are just going, oh, you guys aren't going to be able to see that. I have to make it a little bit more obnoxiously white. Remember, when we're doing these layers on top of paint, you want it to be more paint than water. We don't want that chocolate milky consistency, right? Can you guys see that? Oh my gosh. It's just gonna look gray almost. So we are going to each shape and we're just smudging on. It looks so much lighter than it should for yours. Make that a little darker. You can use this dry brush technique at this point if you want. But see that I'm showing the dark through in some spots. That's all about the layering that I like to do. You want to acknowledge the shapes underneath, the color underneath that we already placed. But we're staying on the left-hand side of the shapes. Mine looks like gray. Let me try to turn my ring light down maybe. I'll try that in a sec. But whoop, whoop. Oh, maybe let's just pop another little small guy right there. Hello! Ayo, home skillet! Excuse me, mine's weird. What did I say about trusting the process and not thinking yours is weird? Okay? Especially if you're doing it in just pencil, it's gonna feel different than ours. Are you doing it in just pencil or are you coloring it too, like with a pencil crayon? You damned me it. That's nothing weird. It's literally exactly... Okay, so what I'm going to suggest to you... I'll show everyone soon, don't worry. I bring them up on the screen too, but... So since you have color, so now what you're going to have to do is do layers of color. So the same color that you used on your cactus already, you're going to paint in... Or not paint in, sorry. Color in with a harder pressure the dark spots that we have here. So like you would color it in darker here, but not here. Does that make sense? It doesn't look weird at all. Just marker to paint. It's gonna look different. Ayo, home skillet just finished their final exams. Congratulations. Okay. We're coming back to this guy. We are going to be adding more white to the light green that we had on there. It's almost going to be basically just white with a touch of green in it, okay? It looks like the cacti are dancing together, just like this. Hey, Max Brown, by the way. And hello, Alex Tubi. Tubi. Okay. I'm taking a little paint... Oh, my hand's not even in the right spot. I'm taking a little paintbrush, okay? And remember, our sun's up here, right? So we want to have the light to be on the left-hand side. When cacti dance, do they do the hokey pokey? Can I pet that dog? You're hilarious. I love that. Hello, Riza. Oh, good to see ya. Okay, we're taking that light green. See, and that's why this is opposite. For you guys who aren't painting, you can't draw light. So you have to not paint or not color in the places that are light. Does that make sense? So we're just gonna go on the outside. Basically looks just green. So, I mean, just white. I'm gonna green it out a little bit. We're going to go on the left-hand side. We're just layering. It's all in the layers. And again, I always just teach the bare bones of the paintings, the basic, easiest way. And then you feel free to go and add more detail, add more layers, add more colors. You do you. Make the painting your own in the end. I just want to show you guys how to lay down some basic shapes and some basic techniques, and then you guys can kind of go for it. What's my favorite song? Ooh, that's a tough one too. Because I like lots of different genres. Genre? Is that how you say that? My favorite song right now is called Chameleon. Who's it by, though? I can't remember their name. Let me see. Oh, it just played on there. That's not what I meant. It's Chameleon by PNAU. I don't know how to say their name. But I can't play it because it's probably going to be copyrighted. Ah! That's what happens when all of your devices are connected together. Yes. That's what I know. I wish I could keep playing it, but I can't. You're good for 10 seconds. Cool. Beauty. Should I just play the 10 seconds of all my favorite songs? It would just suck so bad that I do this whole tutorial and people wait for the YouTube videos and then I put it on YouTube and they're like, take away the audio. And then you guys I'm just miming how to paint this painting for you. That's just not a good time. So now we're just gonna go to this side. Gonna do the recording of this cutie. You're a bit pokey today. Oh, that's okay. You're just on theme then, that's alright. Alright, so we just added in some lighter lines. You messed up on the middle lines, but you like it a lot. See, look! Just gotta keep working on it. Don't give up on it, okay? I never give up on a painting. I just give them timeouts. I just turn them to the wall for a couple of days, and then I look at them with fresh eyes later, and then you figure out how to fix them. They're never ruined. Okay. How's that? We added some light up there. And it's okay if it's, like, not perfect. They're just, like, awkwardly brushed on there. They're pokey, remember guys? They're pokey, it's fine. Good to know about the 10 seconds though. Because I just had a mini panic. That I've ruined everything for everyone. Okay. So if you're having a similar problem with me, like I kind of went a little crazy and now there's no dark line in there. My palette's a mess. I'm just going to go in with my original color that I used on that cactus, and I'm just going to paint a line in there. Some people might want to go in with more detail and add a bunch of different values of green. We're just going to do those few. Oh god, that's the wrong green. Oh, hello Charles and Jenny in Jersey. Your spider, they were so cute. They came for on Tuesday to paint this, of course, but since the internet problems, they painted a cute little spiders. I should share them. They were super adorable. Oh, and thanks for the Putin Uni. I know, we just figured out that earlier there's no tree or cactus prop anymore. There you go. Darken up those lines if you need. If you want to bring some of that color into that cactus, go for it. There's no rhyme or reason, literally. No rhyme or reason? Does that make sense in there? I don't know. Okay. We're just playing with some values, and look at that tree. It's already... Not tree, it's a cactus. It's already got some shape to it. If you can see at the top, I was still following the shape when I tried to bring these up to make it kind of rounded. Oops, my hand. Rounded at the top there. If you didn't do that, you can fix it by redrawing in these dark lines. If you don't care, that's cool too. So when we come over to this one, they don't have all the lines like that, but it does have one more layer of light, okay? So, how am I just crushing through this paint today? So you're going to take whatever color you're using. If you still have this lighter green color, beautiful. You're just going to add more white to it. Easy, guys. It's so easy, right? And again, I'm probably going to have to make it pretty light for you guys to see the difference. It doesn't have to be a stark difference. Stark? Guys, I can't talk today. It doesn't have to be a crazy difference. Just a subtle value change. My lips are chapped. Again, acknowledge where the sun is. So we're just going to go... Can you see? Nope, I'm going to have to make it lighter than that. We're just going to do a nice light little spot as to where the sun is. Again, you can dry brush it. Tongue cacti. I'm loving you with the puns today. Keeping it fresh. Exactly. Cacti. Tongue cacti. I said cum. Now I can't even speak. That's how good of a tongue twister that was. Again, you want your paint to be relatively thick, just so that you can, that it goes on top of what you're working on. But if you think the line's too sharp, like if you don't like how sharp that line is from one line to another, you can rinse off your brush a little bit, and just with a brush with water, no paint on it, just kind of buff out that spot, if you want. I always just try to think of like problems that people might be having at home and how to solve them. Yeah, how's that? So now we kind of see like a nice subtle value change from like light to medium to dark. How's that? Should we look at some people's... Get my hands full over here. Should we look at some people's pictures? Get up here. Start sending in your... My chair doesn't fit anymore. Start sending in some pictures if you want. Let's see who we've got. I know... Oh gosh. You sent this earlier. You're probably a little ways further than this now, but that's okay. Love the yellow background. Oh, that's your story. So I can... Oh, but it was looking good. Do we have any others? Let me refresh this. Here's another. Check that blending out. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. So cute. Great lines in that second one too. Check that out. Nice blend. Nice value change on that one on the left there. I love them. They're just so happy. Now I'm just picturing them all dancing. Like Hey Max Brown was saying. Love. Nice white highlight. I'm a sucker for the white highlights. It's crazy the difference of colors that you guys are seeing on your screen compared to what I see here and on my other computer. It's so different. Let me see as well if there is. Are there any of yous in my message requests? Where you at? Oh, there's a couple of you that didn't even know we're painting. Hi, guys. Nice. Oh. Guys, they're cutie. This is a cutie day today. I didn't know you were here, Tashi. Beautiful. Your paints are sort of like nice and shiny. Love. Everyone's nailing it as usual. One more refresh, because sometimes my computer does not update. Oh yeah, see there's a bunch more of you. Who's this one? Kitties! Oh, I didn't see your first pic. Oh, there's two. Oh, you sent them all. There we go. Love. Oh my gosh, I love. Oh, I wish you guys could see my mouse. I love how chunky that one on the left is. I love it. Nice! I like how a bunch of you are doing it together. Perfect! You're gonna put an airplane in the background. Heck yes. I'm all for a good freestyle. Okay. You know what's next? We're probably gonna paint that. I just drank this like little hand. I just realized that I drank it like a child. Should we paint some flowers? How do we feel about them apples? Big gulp for sure. I'm gonna get pink out. You can get red and white out. You can it doesn't even have to be pink. Whatever color you. Do I have any pink left? Whatever color you want your flower to be, it can be. Because that's how it works around here. Okay, that's enough, I guess. And I've said it before on my streams, guys, I don't really know how to paint flowers, so I don't really know how to teach it well. So bear with me. Let's go through this together. So we're going to take the base of whatever color we're using. You pencilers or other mediumers. Oh my gosh. You're basically going to do what we're doing, but we're just fully drawing the shape instead of drawing the outline of the shape. You want to... Oh, you guys can't even see my palette right now. That's okay. Let me see. Okay. You are going to take more paint than water on your brush. We're going to start at this one because this is the easy one. We're going to start at the bottom of the little... Or the top of the little nubbin. And you're just going to brush out. You can use a big brush if you want. You can use a little brush. A little brush might be easier for some people. And you're just going to fan it out. When we were talking about direction when we were painting this, same with pencil crayoners, same with graphite, like it's still good to be conscious of the direction that you lay down your medium. But in this case, always go from bottom to top, so you can get that nice flare of the flower. Right? And again, you can place your flowers wherever you want. Maybe you don't want this flower to overlap on this cactus like I'm about to draw it. You can put a flower here. You can put a flower wherever, you guys. Just wherever you want. All of our cactuses were drawn different, overlapped different. And that's cool, right? Okay. So this one, I'm going to do one down here. You are going to start with a teardrop or an oval or whatever shape you can get out. Probably, let's use a smaller brush so I don't stress people out. So I didn't teach you guys my pressure test today. Okay. And you're always going to come back to the middle bottom part of your little teardrop. Or whatever we decide to call it. Petal, I guess. It's a petal. And you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to bubble that little teardrop up. If your paint isn't going over the green of your cactus well, we will wait for this to dry and we'll put another layer of the pink with a touch of white in it. It usually bumps up the opacity. That's, you know what I mean. You're gonna keep doing it. Let's just do another petal. And a fourth. And now the bottom petal is a little different. It's what makes it look a little bit more like 3D versus just like a drawn flower. Sorry, I'm so sharp with my words today. It looks like it's tickling the other cactus's armpit. Oh my gosh. It is. So now he's like giggling because his armpit's getting tickled instead of dancing. I love that. Okay, so the bottom flower petal is actually just going to be an oval. It seems weird. But it's not going to go out as far as the other ones do. See it close up. It's just, I literally just painted an oval at the bottom of our points. We're back to, Flume has to be copyrighted. We got 10 seconds though, so we'll just... It's been 10 seconds. That 10 seconds is quick, you guys. Now you can't see it any other way. That's okay, guys. Maybe I'll draw a little face on there of him, like, giggling. Okay, now this flower, same idea of doing the teardrops. You can even, if you want to make it look a little different, you can make it a teardrop, but a heart at the top instead. Just to add a little different shape to the petal, but that's also very unnecessary. You can just make it a full teardrop. The thing about this one is we don't have to do the weird oval. We're just going to do 3 on the top. 1, 2, 3. And 2 on the bottom, just exactly as we did them on the top. Come on, don't get blurry. There we go. See, look, like my lines are really messy. That's cool. Okay, give me 2 seconds while you guys draw those flowers. I need some lip chat. Be right back. Oh, I cover the picture. Sorry. And the other cactus is surrendering. It for sure is just tickling his armpit. Both of them, both pictures I never noticed before, but they're for sure. Just armpit tickling. Okay. Let's do it. Thanks for sharing. Safe weekend. Aw, Justin, thanks. And Poon Uni. Thanks for coming. Always like having you. Dude, who is a thanks? Anything coming with a prop too. Thank you, guys. Okay, we're going with a little brush. Just a little wee guy. And we're gonna do what we do all the time. We're gonna put a little bit of white into the pink. Oh, the song's by Petite Biscuit. You want to be an artist where you grew up? When you grew up? That makes me so happy to hear. The world can never have enough artists. You know what's funny? I'm a full-time artist. And I never, growing up, thought I was going to be an artist. That's my job. I never even thought about it. It's just so funny. Okay, we're taking that light pink, everybody. And we're just going to do, again, kind of keeping conscious of where the sun is, but it's not a huge deal. We're just adding some dimension to the flowers. We're just going to do some couple little swipies. Like, again, no rhyme or reason. You tried to buy gold, but it won't let you? Oh my gosh, don't worry about it. I don't want people to be stressed about having to tip or pay or whatever. I do it for free for a reason. So don't feel pressure. But I appreciate you. Anyway. Okay, and then 1,000 out of 10. And then let's go into these flowers down here. And you're gonna add some nice white on the bottom petal. Hey, Rexent, I appreciate it. How did I just call you? Racket season? How do I pronounce her username? Okay, and same, little bit of a white swipe. Little bit of a white swipe. Rocket season, yes, nice. I got it. I always just fail at usernames. Alrighty, how's that for lighting it up a little bit? Shoto's back. Good to see ya. We're just adding some white light highlight to our flowers to give them some dimension. Dude who has followed, thank you. Every Tuesday, Thursday, I'm here, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and we're doing paint nights. We paint something different every day. And then I post them on YouTube, so if you want to see the last ones, they're all on YouTube. Also Taytayski. Hello everyone on YouTube right now. So many of you have been using the videos, and I think that is awesome. Sorry if it's weird that I'm like talking to random strangers and you guys can't see the comments. Sorry everyone on YouTube, but hopefully you still get something out of it. I just do not have the time to edit those videos yet. One day I will. But right now they're just straight recordings. Alright. See how it's literally just like, if you look at it close, it's literally just a schlob of awkward paint. Oh, I'm frozen. Oh, okay. In random parts on that flower, as long as you can see the pink underneath. And if you get stressed that you painted too much and you want to see more of the pink underneath, you literally just go into the same color that you used, the dark pink before, and you can paint right over top of that if you want. No mistakes, you guys. No mistakes. It's so funny, this playlist that we're listening to was what I played when I was painting Joe Exotic on live. And it was so funny because I'm like, oh, it's just such lovely, relaxing jazz or whatever. And here we are painting like the Tiger King with his like hangy eyebrow ring. Okay. And you know what we're gonna do? In the end, you guys, we're gonna literally just put a nice white, another little touch of a white highlight on there. But for now, we good. What we are gonna do now is we are gonna take out, we're gonna take out our black, okay? Just a little bit of black. A little bit of black goes a long way. So take out a touch of black. Sorry, my ADD just clicked there for a second. Just zoned out for a minute. And close this nicely because I almost couldn't open this yesterday because a bunch of paint dried in the top. Okay, so our first step is very dependent on our green cactuses being dry. They should be at this point. But if it's not dry for anyone out there, don't do this right now, okay? So one thing I am going to do first, which a lot of people just love this part of the class, so I'm just going to keep doing it. It's very important. It's hilarious that I just like love it so much for some reason. It's all about using your paintbrush with pressure, okay? It's very important to understand that you can make thin or thick lines with the same paintbrush, and that if some of you hate outline and get very stressed and think that you ruin it because your lines are too, what did I say? Thick or thin? Thin or thick? Because your lines are too big. It's all about the pressure of your paintbrush, okay? So if you see right here, so if I press very lightly on the paintbrush, it's literally just the tip of the paintbrush is on the canvas. I'm going to do just whatever, a nice little line. She's a little thick, so it's awkward for me to do it this way. But if I press, see, you can see the whole paintbrush is on the canvas. And you push the whole way. You're using every single, you're using every single bristle. Ooh, that one was wet, she gonna drip. But you're using every single bristle, which makes the line thick. So if you want a thin, nice line, you want to use just very lightly, hardly any pressure at all on your paintbrush. So both these lines are made by the same brush. Even down here, look, this is me doing it better. This is the same paintbrush. Very thin and super thick. So just very lightly, okay? You can even do this with a Sharpie. If some of you at home rather feel more comfortable with a Sharpie, go for it. Or you can use like a tiny, some people have tiny brushes. Use a tiny brush, whatever you wish. I just like a brush with a good little point on it. And again, you don't have to worry about too much water or too much water, too much paint. You want a nice in the middle. Just like getting emails right now. And we're gonna do those cute little pokies. And it's literally just, you've been waiting to paint the prickles. It's so easy, it's so fun. You are literally just gonna do little lines going in any direction. They're kind of all like up and out. There's not, well, I guess, how do you know if it's going down? Because it's just a dash, so never mind. Put them wherever you want. Oh, look, I just kind of messed up and did like a big ball one, but that's okay. I can wipe it up with a rag. I'll bring it closer, don't worry. So we're doing it with black first, cute little lines. Like I said, you can do it with a Sharpie if you want, that's cool. You can make some go off the off the cactus, out. You can make them very prickly, you can make them a little prickly. He's your cactus, do whatever you want. So one thing that I will say, because I'm noticing I'm just doing it naturally, Some people's brains just want to evenly space stuff out. And it's something that we always learned in art school, that when you make things like perfect amount across, they're all exactly the same. It just doesn't look natural anymore, and your eye can tell that it looks like a pattern and manufactured. So especially when we're doing nature or things from nature, it's the best way to say it. It's best to be as sporadic and random and crazy as you can. Try to beat your brain's natural instinct to lay them out nicely. I started doing it, but now I'm trying to get it a little crazier. See, they're literally just little pricks. People have paint markers. This is a time you can use them really well. Oh my gosh. Again, my shout outs to good old Molotov paint markers. You can't even read it because it has such use out of it. But same thing. You can just marker on little swipes. Beep, beep, beep. Whatever. I realize there's no splatter in this one. It's a different world. Looking sharp. Look at all you guys with the cutie puns today. I love that. Don't forget his arms. Give him armpit hair prickles if you want. Oops, that one's thick too. That's a very... He's getting thick on the side here. Hey, you can if you want. People are saying it looks like he's tickling him. Do it. Okay. So the thing about the prickles on this cutie over here, they're kind of like V's. I'll do a couple and I'll bring it close. So it's kind of a mixture between a V, or I think it looks like some of them on there have 3. 1, 2, 3. See those pokies? They're a little different. They're kind of in little groups. Can you guys see that in the picture here? It's probably too, or down here, probably too small. It's just, the vibes are too slow in that song. And it's good to make some come off the cactus. Cool, I can zoom in on your video. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Thanks for that. Can I pet that drawing? You guys can zoom in on the video. So if you want to zoom into that little cacti on the bottom there. I just have the original painting hung up on the wall behind me here. Does anybody have the problem that they're seeing the cactus underneath their flowers? Did their paint not cover up the green well? It's like I was saying before, add some white. Add a tiny touch of white to your pink and do another layer on top. White usually helps. Or even just do a couple more layers of just the pink if you don't want to do a little bit lighter. Just layer it until you're happy with it. Just keep covering up the mistakes, guys. That's the secret. How's that? Sorry, I'm laughing because it's just so washed out on the screen. Obviously, my painting insecurities are just coming out on here. Just in case people are having this problem at home. If you think there's not enough dimension in your cactus, don't worry guys, this isn't for everyone to do. This is just like a tip if you're having this problem. Keep painting your little spikies. You can always go in with that dark green that you originally placed, and you can add in some more shadows again. Like you can go back in the dark spots and add some more back in there if you want. Hello, Kraken. How you doing? Sorry guys, I have to ask, who's on TikTok and who knows who I'm referencing when I always go, how y'all doing? Actually, I don't know who it is, but do you know that sound, or am I just like alone in the TikTok world up here? Hey, how y'all doing? Cool, by myself, cool. It's fine. But anyway, so this green that I'm doing, guys, is just to, if you think your cactus is too washed out, or if you want to add some more value to it, some more depth to it, some more color, feel free to add some more in there. It's like I've created life. Nerdy bales. What a compliment. We've got a lot of cute cacti coming. They were already looking so good. Okay. How's that? This is the part of Canada no one talks about. Actually, I need to... I don't know if you guys knew. There's like a desert in Saskatchewan. Like a full desert, like sand dunes, like looks like you're... I can't remember where I saw it. Oh my gosh, a rose garden! Oh my gosh! Nerdy bales! Just give me a bouquet of flowers. Thanks for the props. Oh my gosh. Well, that was nice. So nice. I can smell them. Roses come in half dozens. Ah, just you're the best. Okay, dokie. Well, sorry, I just got so distracted by the beautiful flowers. We are gonna go to some pot painting. How's that? I'm gonna paint mine black, but it doesn't have to be. Paint it whatever color you want. You want to do brown, you want to do like a funky color like blue. You can do whatever you wish. I think I might paint it black and then with white paint some like cutie designs on it or something. I don't know. That sounds cool. So I'm using a big brush. I'm using a square. How do you make brown? Okay. Again, going back to my, I'm teaching you guys sins because there's, proper ways to mix brown. But a quick and easy way, you can put, a touch of black into brown. Even add a little bit of blue in with that brown. With that orange and black. You truly, honestly, mixing, every color together will almost always give you brown. Is it a nice brown? Not always. But usually I've been teaching people in these settings to add a touch of black to your orange and kind of play around with those. Maybe some white in there too. But mostly touches of black. And remember, black's dangerous, so don't put too much black. Go slow. But, sorry, tangent. I have magenta and black. Oh, heck yeah! Yeah, you have a nice warm brown. That's a good idea. Really black and anything will probably get to brown at some point. But remember, always put the black slowly in little increments into the magenta, not the other way around. Okay, you can use a square brush. You can use a... Sorry, I'm just... This is me today. I'm check out this brush. You can use a rounded brush. Use whatever you want. Just something big to fill up a big surface area will help. So we want a pretty nice wet paint, not like the chocolate milky wet, which is a weird sentence all on itself, but you want it to be able to pull across the canvas nicely and to stay wet for a little bit to help us blend in here. And again, being conscious of your brush strokes, left to right will help with your pot looking round once we get some other colors in there. But, again, you don't have to. Do whatever you want. If you're worried that your paint that you have at home, if the quality isn't good enough to paint over black, you can keep some spaces for those cute little rocks at the bottom. Like you can paint an accent spot where you want to put the rock. If you're confident that your paint can go over your pot, just paint it all the way. And we'll paint the rocks on top after. Okay? And bear with me. We don't really ever do blending together, so we're just gonna work wet on wet as best as we can. So you might not put rocks. Pfft, don't. That's a good call. You don't gotta put rocks. That's true. You can put some blades of grass. You can put nothing. It could be like at home on a windowsill, so whatever, you guys. Rocket season. Good call. Okay, I put the same brush into some white. My brush was still dirty. I just put it right into the white. And I'm going to go in that wet paint. And remember, left side sunny, right? And I'm going to start brushing in this light color into the side. Okay? And we're just going to kind of blend it. You can consistently kind of wipe your brush off on your rag to get the paint off, the extra paint off. But as you're pulling through, you'll see that the black that's wet is going to get on your paintbrush. And that's why I keep putting my paintbrush over here to wipe off. Because if I go back over here, then you'll be bringing this dark to the front of the light side. Is this stressful and confusing, or does that make sense? If you do bring some black over, who cares? Let's just go back into the white. Again, water on your brush is important in this stage, but you can bring some more pure white in there. And swipe it over. Remember, if you feel like your lines are a little sharp, you can go in with just a paintbrush with just water and literally buff it out. You're being conscious of painting left to right because we're showing how the pot is. If you want to be a little more advanced, you would bow out the bottom line to make it more 3D than just flat across. But you don't have to do that. In the picture I have below here, why do I keep pointing over there? Below here, it's just flat. But again, I try to teach different things for all skill levels. But this is what I mean by bowed down. Instead of this line being straight across, you can bring it down and up a little bit. That's up to you. And we're also going to do a couple swipes at the bottom here. If your black has already dried, you can go back and put on some more, do step by step. Then you can put black on here, do your white spot, and then put black down here and do another white spot. Or if you're using blue or whatever color your pot is. Doesn't have to be black. What am I looking for? We're gonna do that on the other pot, but are we stressed, guys? Let me know. Is it going well? It's so funny because what I think is hard is usually easy, and what I think is easy is usually hard. So, without y'all telling me, oh, that's Brad. When you're doing your lines on the bottom, your reflection or lights on the bottom, be conscious that you're leaving at least a little bit of a dark spot because the lip would be a shadow, right? You think your masterpiece is done? Do you want me to show the class? Should I bring it up for everyone to see? Some people don't like me to show everyone, so okay, good. Let's do that while people are painting their pots. Let's bring that up. Oh, I have a couple other that we didn't see before. Oh, look at that with the prickles! Wow, these cactuses are looking great. Oh, look at that background of that pretty pot. Oh, okay, wait. Rocket Season, I'm gonna need you to send it where it says keep in DM. Because on my computer it doesn't show unless it's the keep in DM option, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, see? So when it says disappearing message, it's because you guys have sent it when it's like, I can only see it for a little bit. So when you take the picture and send it at the very bottom, it, there you go. Nailed it. Oh, so cute! Okay, yeah. Heck yeah. You got the accidental marker splatter, and then you worked with it. And see, you got the lines in there. I love it. See, look, didn't have paint, made it happen, you guys. Looks great! Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Why are you laughing your ass off? It's good! Oh, we got another one sent. Oh, wait, we already went to that one. I'm like, I just love when people like make it work at home. Like, a lot of people message me saying they're sad they don't have paint. So I'm like, you just made it happen without paints. Check that out. Ooh, nice brown pot. Right? Because your son's on the other side. There's that lefty. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. What were we doing? We're just going to do the same thing to that other pot on the other side. To me, it looked like the blending was working for you guys, and you haven't said anything, so I'm just gonna go for it. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's almost 10? I'm just going slow. Okay, wow. Here I said it wasn't gonna take a long time, and I must just be gabbing today. I guess that's why we're 22. Okay, we got this. We got this. Okay. Get that white in there, blend it out. Is this kind of stuff that, like, I'm sure there's better ways to teach it, people who are actually trained in teaching these type of things. But I'm a strong believer that you just, like, the more you do it and the more you play with the amount of water on your brush or working wet to wet or trying these techniques, the more you'll learn. It just becomes second nature. Like, now my brain can just answer, like, oh, I need to add more water to make that happen. Or I need to add more of this color to make a color look like that. But it just takes, like, time. What's that, like, 1,000 hours or whatever? 100,000 hours, I think, actually. To master something? What is that? Yeah, was I right? Watch me like not. I'm so bad at numbers because I was raised French. 10,000. It's not 100,000, it's 10,000? I'm like very confident that I've spent 10,000 hours painting. Very confident. Oh, my Lanta, what have I done? You're raised French and you teach math. Okay, like, you know how the numbers are so, what you call it? Like, I don't know why I get 10,000, 100,000. I get the thousands mixed up for some reason. Girl, you teach math, you're crazy. That's why you're so good. Hey, thanks. That's why I always joke. I'm like, guys, don't be mad or sad that you don't paint the same as me because it's literally all I got. But it's all I've done for the last 14 years of my life. Well, my whole life. I've painted my whole life, but I've painted basically almost every day for probably the last 14 years. Alrighty. So, our next steppy... Ooh, my legs are sore. We're going to do basically the same thing we did with the black spikies, but we're going to go with white. So you're going to get a little brush. It's okay if you're still doing the pots. Like, it's going to take some time for me to go do all these shapes, but Take your little brush, whatever brush you did the little pokies with. Go in your pure white, not too much water. And I like kind of, it looks like when I did the other one, I kind of started going on the, like where I did, wow, that one's crazy. I kind of just going right beside, if not almost on, where I did the black spikes. You got a couple white spikes, but this is also a way for you if you want to make a spike skinnier. Like let's say by accident, like look at this little fatty right there. You can, it's gonna be really hard for me to paint it like this, but you can bring your white, swipe, and make it look smaller. You just kind of paint over half of the spike. So that's like a way you can paint over some of your whoopsies if you want. Add some white in there. It's again just like to add more dimension, more texture, more things for your eyes to look at. It just makes the painting look a little bit more complete. And while you have this white, you can go back even on your little, where you put the light white pink on your flower, you can add a couple swipes of just pure white in there if you want. You can add some pure white on the top of your cactus if you want. Remember I always talked about how I'm a sucker for a pure white highlight. Oh wow, that was a mess. It's hard for me to paint from the side here. I honestly, every time I've gone to my studio lately, I've been sneezing. There's something in here that's making me sneeze. I don't know what it is. I'm just allergic to paint all of a sudden, guys. Plot twist. Spike, spike, spike. I was gonna say, this sounds like chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and it is called chestnuts. Just to depress you guys even more, I guess. Let's listen to some Christmas music. There we go. Whoop. Okay. Of course, feel free if you want to put some white highlights in your little other flowers down here too. Oh, those are pretty crazy actually. Nothing a little finger painting can't help. Right. Also, I just realized that your magenta and black made a great brown, Jenna. I just realized. Check out this beauty, you guys. Ooh! Love the yellow. It's a vibe in here. Hey! That's what I'm here for, you guys. That's the dream. That's my dream, I mean. Making that, you guys just enjoy hanging out with me. That's cool. Okay? We've got that white on our brush still. Feel free, like, do you guys want to make some, like, cutie designs or something on the pots? What type of design could that be? Let's see. I saved a cute picture. Where are they at though? Maybe I didn't save it on there. We're just gonna do like background wise too. If you guys, some people might not want to do a background. I just noticed it says Thursdays. Yeah, so you never forget. Thursdays, Tuesdays, they're real. I don't know where I put. Oh, there's. Like, we can even just simple, cute lines. Let's do it in pink. Pink with a touch of white. Remember, pressure in your brush to go thin or thick. Are both of my laptops good? My PCs. I literally just bought a PC because streaming is better on PCs. A lot of things just work better for it there. So that's the reason why I have the PC, and that's what I run OBS and stuff on. So that you guys can see my little overlays and stuff. And then I'm on a Mac that my baby who's almost died on me many times, but she always comes through. I put her through like Photoshop every day, video, InDesign, stream on it. I put her through the ringer. I don't know, how's that? Is that kind of cute? I'm gonna just color in the bottom. Yeah, without the overlays, I feel naked. It's nice for you guys to be able to see on the screen the picture. Okay, how's that for a cute little pod? Oh, you remember the giraffe? Hello, Yandy. Yeah, we're doing cactuses today. It's almost 10. Sorry, you guys, that I went so late today. How's that? Maybe let's do like, is that cute? I don't know. Something like that, something like that. Looking nice so far? Thank you. Let's just make some dots there. Look at that. Cutie! Oh, well, that line just went away on me, but that's okay. How's that? And then what was the other one? Let's just, I'm just gonna put polka dots on the other one. Beep, beep, beep. There's no kids on today, so that's a good thing that I'm not keeping kids up past their bedtime. But I might be keeping some adults up past their bedtime, and that's not fair too. We don't have our Ontario friend today, so I always feel bad when I go late for her, because she's like 2 hours ahead of us. Okay, how's that? You guys can't even see those dots. That's okay. Alrighty, so some people didn't want to do rocks. You don't gotta. You forgot to ask, but how do I choose what to paint on stream? So like, usually people, you can DM me anytime. People, whenever they have an idea, they send me a DM about it. We talk about it on streams as well. Sometimes I have ideas and I like prep for them. Like this week I had the sunflower and the cactus, and then I'll post if I'm that organized. Sometimes I'm not, and I literally just whip it out of my butt the day before. But recently people have been liking to try like paintings I've done, or like paint a certain animal or something. But really, whatever everyone feels like every couple weeks. Plants were heavily suggested, so that's why this week was the week of the plants. We're doing a sunflower on Tuesday, because we were supposed to be doing a sunflower today. Okay, rocks are very straightforward, you guys. I'm with brown, just gonna paint a big old oval. I'm gonna paint a couple. And just redundant, like the rest of the things that we're doing, you're going to put that dark color down, and then you're going to go in with a little touch of white on top of it. And add that into your shape. Weren't we supposed to paint Satan? Lily right now is like so happy at home that you just said that. Lily's been suggesting Satan for weeks. Yeah, there she goes. Guys, Satan's basically a person, and painting people's hard. Should we paint like the South Park Satan? Oh, that's funny. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, everybody's freaking out. You guys! I guess, like, let me remember what he looks like in a second. Let me just finish this one part so that I don't make you guys stay up forever. Oh my god, so many people are freaking out about... Oh yes, and then T-Rex is another one that... Right. So we have a sunflower. Yeah, I was like, did you just give us like a... What is that? A coordinate? Coordinates? Satan would still be proud of all of us. Oh my gosh. You are so funny. Okay, okay. So the sunflower's next. Maybe we'll just do Sunflower Tuesday, Satan Wednesday, T-Rex Thursday. Guys, I have to figure out how to paint the T-Rex. I wasn't the original art. I wasn't the mastermind behind the T-Rex. That's somebody else. Okay, how are your rocks at the bottom? So this is just like watered down paint. I just add a little bit more water at the bottom. Looking so good. Kenzie, thank you. He just texted me, but I feel like I can't look at it right now. I have a feeling that I need to read that later. Yeah. Okay, let's get a touch of white into that brown. And then remember, where's the sun? On the top left. Unless you're Jenna, it's on the top right. And then you're just going to add just a slob of light color on the left-handish side of your rocks there. Very, like, I'm not really going to pay much attention to the rocks at the bottom. They're just kind of stand in. It's totally okay if they're messy and weird. Better get practicing on that T-Rex. Let's paint a V. Oh, a hippie van would be pretty cool, actually. DM me that so I don't forget. Okay, what's last? I think all we have to do is paint a background. Yeah, camper, like that's super, I can picture that one now. And it's like shapes, you can break that into shape easy, so I think that would be a good idea for everyone. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take out some blue for the background. Take out whatever you want. Take out whatever size brush. I'm just going for a medium. And I know it annoys some people that I paint backgrounds last, but I like to kind of paint an implied outline. Like you can see in the picture down here, like I didn't draw that white. I just, what I do is I just come super close, but not touching the cactus or the shape or whatever you're working on. And then you roughly brush out from it, but come really close, right up to the top. But yeah, if you, so especially because you weren't painting, you're more drawing. Today was less friendly for drawers. But if you go to my Instagram or my YouTube, I'm trying to think, like the giraffe is very shape based. So you could draw a giraffe easy. There's lots of shapes to start with a pencil. That one could be fun. The sloth is super fun. They're more like drawing based because like I said, guys, like I graduated, I'm an illustrator by trade. And growing up as an artist, I always just doodled and sketched and drawed. I was gonna say, and drawed all the time. And drew all the time. Is that the right way to say that? It sounds weird still. But so I'm still very drawing based when I paint. So I'm probably a little different than some other artists out there, but that's how all you guys are painting such cool things that you never thought you would be able to, because breaking it down to shape makes it so much more simple for everybody else. Did you see how many beautiful baby Yodas came out of the baby Yoda class? I'm gonna toot my own horn on that one. I thought it was gonna be so hard for everyone. I was very nervous. People were just begging for it, so I was like, let's just try. I don't want people to be sad if it's hard and the results aren't good. But guys, I doubted you like a jerk. And you guys were all amazing at it. And my grandma, so when I get home, I set up a whole like studio. Well, would you look at that? And then we'll see you every Tuesday, Thursday, okay? I mean, Tuesday, Thursday. Yes, mama. I love it. I just always, like, I feel bad because I always say, like, okay, guys, you can do it with anything. You don't have to have paints and you can do any medium. But once I get started and I forget that there's people out there that aren't using acrylic, I forget some important steps for you guys sometimes. So I always feel bad, especially like the white, right? Like today I was good. Today I remembered to let you guys know about not drawing where the light is. That's an important step. Instead of me just like working you guys into like, oh, you don't even have white to fix that problem. If that makes sense, or did I just randomly tangent off about nothing? So. Okay. And see, I always paint my backgrounds very, like, sloppily. Remember how before I was always talking about being conscious of your brush strokes? But now I think in the background it's kind of fun to have, like, a crazy painterly. Some paint thick in some parts. Some parts are like that. Almost that dry brush effect, but just adds kind of some dimension and some texture back there, which are, like, my two main words I use all the time, but... So yeah, I just kind of paint an implied outline. Some people don't like outline at all. So you can paint straight up to the edge of your cactus. Or realistically, if you have a good quality paint, you could have painted the whole canvas blue and then painted on top. But like I said before, I'm never sure of what quality paints everyone has at home. I don't want to set anyone up for failure before you even start. You paint your whole background blue and then your paints won't even go on top, and that's just a sad day. So that's why we do it like this. And don't worry, I usually paint my backgrounds last anyway, so. How's that? Are we happy? I said that it was going to be quick today, and then it went longer than most. Oh, that's not right. I just saw a message. Someone said, oh my god, I'm so happy. So that makes me pumped. Let's go to the DMs. I'm just gonna... I told you guys, this was a pretty, like... It might be daunting looking at cactuses, but I promise you now, if you break every single one down into shape and think of where your light is, make sure you have a dark to light from one side to another. What was that? You can paint any cactus. Sorry guys, I'm cheating. I just... There we go. Okay. This was one of my faves until we paint Satan, then we'll talk. Okay, well, I'm pumped that this is one of your favorites. Okay, beautiful. Still loving that blue. Loving that blue. See, look at it, you're so happy, you guys. That makes me happy. Okay, we gotta still working on it, but, oh, still working on the background. Oh, well, though, that's Look at those blending. Look at that texture. Look at those little prickly babies. Beautiful. No background for me for now. That is totally cool. Look at those rocks, though. Great. And you're so proud. You guys, look at all you proud babies. Love the shine. You should make a caffeine account so you comment. 100% you should. Beautiful with the yellow. Oh, I haven't seen it. That's okay. That's okay. We'll get to that one soon. Ooh, check it. See, you went for the splatter. You got the gold pots. Hey, there's never too wild with splatter. Okay? Never too wild. Right, we saw that one. Satan's houseplants. Can we assume who suggested to paint Satan and whose painting these are? Lily, I always enjoy having your devil versions in here. Oh, and then her mom's is nice and sweet. If you guys want to see, look at all of us at graduating 5 years ago today. Exactly how has it been 5 years? But oh my god, Lily, that is so funny. Oh, I can't watch your story, but I'll post that to my story. Oh my gosh, so cute. Heck yeah. Do we have any in my, since I'm doing this on my browser, like what you guys can see, because I hated showing my phone. I felt so like ghetto showing you just my phone. Yes. Oh, Jord, okay, since it's your story, I'll share, I can't share it on here, but I'll share it to my story. Yours turned out super cute, too. I love that. Love that, love that. Okay. Oh, wait, let's see, where's another one on here? Is that a little chameleon? Or a little... Is that a chameleon? It's Rango! That's what I thought! Oh my gosh. Love it. Guys, that's a great movie. I highly suggest everyone watch Rango. It's animated, but it's awesome. I would like to say that it's the best Western out there. I think I've said that on another stream. Sue me, okay? Sue me. It is so good. It's so good. Man, there's a lot of great cacti today. I know I went through all these, but they deserve to be looked at again. Thanks so much. You love your cacti. I love that. No problem, everyone. Did I miss anybody down here? No, I think I got y'all. Last call for sending pictures. Guys, aw. I'm happy that we're all happy. They're so cute. Yeah, I'm into it too. That's why I was pumped that everyone did this. Send yours. Okay, oops. My glasses are crooked here. We got a couple cent. Oh my gosh. Ooh, nice pots. I like that you did one red. Or maybe not red. Maroon. Love. Ooh, like your background too. Ooh, your pots are pretty too. I'm getting a bunch sent in. Oh, your story. I'll post your story after. Oh, so cute with your water. Right, you're the watercolor. Oh, love your squiggles. On the right cactus. Beautiful. See, I didn't mean to forget about you, watercolor. Good, you guys. Awesome like always. I'm so happy that you enjoyed this one. We're going to do a sunflower next week. No. Bricks is Thursday, so I don't see you guys again till Tuesday. That's sad. I only had a couple hours of you this week. But what can you do? Darn internet. Never again. Let's hope never again. But there's some new faces today, which I always love to see. Everyone's turned out amazing, as usual. You're pros now. Like we were saying before, send me a line anytime if you want to suggest something to paint. I always have to assess if it's like going to be hard or not. I don't want to set anyone up for failure right away, so I always kind of have to pick and choose. You'll try and simplify Satan, maybe. Oh yeah, right. Okay, right. Satan and like this is my brain. It's just whoop, out of there in a second. Okay, wait. Let's see here. Let's get. I'm just gonna write South Park, Satan. Okay, where's my Instagram thing here? You guys. This is him. Maybe we could do this. We could for sure paint this Satan. Oh, right, and then hippie van, Let me just see hippie van painting. Let's see. Oh, like we could do like the front. Can we see that? It's just loading. We could do like that would be easy for us to do. Yeah. Maybe a side view is cute. Well, this one's like really cartoony, but like that. Front. Do you like the front better? That's a good idea. Front is cool. Okay, cool. So as you guys know from last time, my boyfriend is out of town for the rest of the month, so I'm not fighting for internet with other people. Just kidding. But I can stream probably more. I can maybe add another one in there, here and there. I'll just give you guys a couple days notice if I'm gonna just surprise you with another one. We'll obviously do a Watch Me Paint Wednesday soon. But other than that, we're doing a sunflower next for sure. I know a lot of people were excited about the sunflower. Sorry for screwing up the schedule if you came today expecting a sunflower. Yeah. What else, guys? I'm always so bad at ending it, aren't I? Like, okay, follow me on YouTube and Caffeine and Instagram, of course. Is that what YouTubers say, right? Hit the subscribe button, like and subscribe. Send me messages anytime. DMs are probably the best way. I get a lot of them, but I try my best to answer as many as I can. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Rocket season. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad that you love it. I always love getting a newbie in there. Let's grow our group of locals, right? Love you, Lily. Love all y'all. Thank you so much. I really missed you guys on Tuesday. I'm not gonna lie. It was a weird day for me, okay? So, good. See you guys Tuesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time for sure. And then maybe a couple more times after that. Okay? See ya!